The attack began without warning. The Shirkai, hunters from the rimward void, descended on Vera Prime like wolves upon sheep. The colony was young, barely 2 decades old, its people more invested in farming terraces and atmospheric domes than in building fleets or armies. They had trade routes open, children laughing under alien suns, and a naive trust in the treaties of interstellar law. The Shirkai shattered that illusion in a single hour. Predator ships swooped low over the colony, their talons of plasma ripping apart landing pads, greenhouses, and habitation towers. The air turned to fire. The colony's meager defense frigates were vaporized before they could fire a single salvo. Civilians fled into tunnels, thinking the predators might spare those who did not resist. They were wrong. Hunting parties stalked the tunnels, dragging families into the open. The Shirkai did not just kill, they harvested. Flesh was weighed, organs tagged, bone marrow extracted while victims still screamed. They called it culling, an ancient ritual of their kind, reserved for prey species unfit for survival. In their arrogance, they did not broadcast their slaughter in secret. No, they broadcast it live across the trade nets, showing humans being butchered and eaten, to remind other civilizations that Earth's kind were fragile, soft, and unworthy of respect, when their leader, a scarred predator lord named Calrith, stood over a human envoy, bound and trembling. He made his proclamation, "See the weakness of Earth's spawn. Their colonies are fat and slow. Their warriors are myths. We carve them as we please, for none stand in the shadow of the Shirkai." He drove his talon through the envoy's chest and roared to the stars. And the galaxy listened. The feast of arrogance. For days after the massacre, the Shirkai reveled in their triumph. Their warbands feasted on charred human remains within the burning ruins of Vera Prime. Broadcasts spread through the trade routes, filled with boasts of dominance. They mocked Earth, calling its fleets relics hiding behind dust, its soldiers farmers in armor. In the high council chambers of other alien empires, the words took root. Some whispered that perhaps humanity's rise had been exaggerated. Perhaps the Terran Union was too new, too soft, too reliant on trade and diplomacy to truly retaliate. After all, humans had spent decades preaching cooperation, building fragile alliances, restraining themselves in endless negotiations. They had not unleashed war on a galactic scale in centuries. The predators laughed louder with every day of silence from Earth. Calrith, the warlord, sat on a throne of steel plated with human skulls, declaring, "Terrans are prey that learn to speak. They will whimper, they will beg, but they will never answer us. Their shadows are empty, their teeth are gone. We, the Shirkai, are the hunters, and they are the herd." And across the galaxy, many believed him. The shadows moved, but Earth was not silent because it was afraid. Earth was silent because it was preparing. In the void between stars, comms channels darkened, distant listening posts flickered offline. Civilian traffic was rerouted with no explanation. The silence was not weakness. It was suffocating, deliberate, calculated. From Luna's hidden shipyards, dreadnought hulls emerged, silent as tombs, black as night, their armor swallowing starlight. From the Oort foundries came cruisers and gunships, each bearing weapons sealed for centuries. Weapons Earth had sworn never to unleash except in answer to atrocity. From beneath Martian dust rose legions of ground armor, carriers, and strike wings. In the silence, Earth gathered its rage. When the silence finally broke, it was not with words of sorrow. It was with a single transmission, spread to every system, every empire, every predator and prey alike. This is Earth. Vera Prime has fallen, its people butchered, its children devoured. To the predators who believe humanity prey, you have mistaken silence for weakness, shadows for emptiness. You will learn what lives within our shadows. You will learn what rises when we are wronged. No threats, no promises, just inevitability. The galaxy froze, the dread awakening. The first Shirkai outpost to vanish was a listening station on the edge of their hunting grounds. No warning, no escape. One moment it broadcast laughter. The next it was nothing but wreckage spinning in the void. Then a forward war camp went dark, its entire population of predators slaughtered. Their fortress burned to molten slag. The Shirkai sent fleets to investigate. They did not return. It was only when Earth's main armadas revealed themselves that the galaxy truly understood. At the edge of Shirkai space, fleets emerged from shadow, thousands of warships, so vast they blotted out suns, their formations stretching across entire systems. Their hulls bore no decoration, no arrogance, only the blackened steel of vengeance. Carriers released swarms of fighters like a tidal wave of steel locusts. Dreadnoughts turned their cannons toward predator worlds, and in every transmission a single phrase echoed. For Vera, the predators had shown their fangs in arrogance. Humanity now bared its own, forged in silence, hidden in shadow. Fire. From the shadows, the war that followed was not war, it was slaughter. Predator fleets, once thought unstoppable, were dragged into traps laid with mathematical precision. Human commanders lured them into asteroid fields seeded with mines, where plasma fire ricocheted in storms of annihilation. Others were cornered in nebulae, where Terran stealth ships struck from darkness, tearing Predator flagships apart before vanishing into the mist. On the ground, Predator hunting parties who had once laughed at helpless colonists now found themselves hunted. Terran soldiers dropped in armored divisions, their exosuits bristling with weapons designed not for defense, but for eradication. They moved with cold efficiency, no mercy, no hesitation. Predator fortresses fell within hours, their warlords dragged into the open and executed in silence. One survivor described it in trembling tones. They came from the shadows. Every building, every cave, every ridge, shadows moved and soldiers stepped out. We thought they were few. They were endless. They did not roar, they did not shout. They killed as if vengeance itself walked in flesh. World after world burned, not with cruelty but with inevitability. Humanity did not feast, did not gloat, did not broadcast triumph. They advanced with grim silence, leaving only ruin behind. The fall of the Predator Lord at last, the Terran armadas reached Calrith's homeworld, the Predator throne of the Sci-fi. He had boasted that his armies would tear apart any who dared approach. He had said his fleets numbered more than the stars. When humanity arrived, his stars were swallowed. Dreadnoughts ringed his skies, eclipsing the sun. Orbital strikes rained fire across continents, vaporizing strongholds in hours. His fleets were shattered before they could leave dock. His warlords, his hunters, his predators, all fell in a storm greater than anything their species had endured. Calrith himself stood on the steps of his throne, roaring defiance as Terran marines advanced. He slashed his talons, bellowing, "You are prey! You are shadows! You are nothing!" The human commander raised her weapon and answered, calm and cold. "Our shadows hid armies stronger than predators, and you woke them." Calrith fell where he stood. The silence after storms. When the war was over, the galaxy was hushed. Sci-fi space was ash, its fleets gone, its armies broken, its warlords executed. Entire predator clans vanished from the stars, their hunting grounds cleansed. Survivors whispered in terror of Terran fleets still moving unseen, shadows stretching across the void. In the aftermath, no one laughed at humanity again. At council chambers, once arrogant voices now faltered, careful with every word spoken before Terran envoys. On trade networks, hushed rumors spread, that Earth had not unleashed its full might, that what the galaxy had seen was only a fragment of the armies hidden in its shadows. And in the dark corners of alien space, when whispers of conquest rose, the warning followed like a curse. Never provoke Earth. Their patience is vast, but their vengeance is infinite. The shadows remained, watching, waiting. And all the galaxy knew, if ever again humanity was struck down, the storm that rose would be darker, louder, and deadlier than before.